I promised we were coming back, and I swear we're gonna try to get this together, because there is a lot of things that are happening, and we are super excited to come back and share it with you guys. For those of you who've been watching our journey way a couple years ago, you probably know a little bit about us, but you're about to know a little bit more. We just celebrated our third year anniversary yesterday. It's a little crazy on 9/8. So it is definitely bittersweet. I can't believe it's been that long, but really excited that we made it all the way to 3 years already. um, all right, so I have something that I'm dying to get off my chest because I feel like I don't want to tell anybody yet, but I'm going to tell you guys because it's just easier, and that way I don't have to worry about anyone else accidentally slipping and saying anything. So, just to kind of give you guys a little scoop, we have moved again. We actually just purchased our first house almost a month ago now. We're all settled in. There's still stuff there. That's one of our pictures in the background that we still need to hang up. But yeah, we're going to get there. At least there's not a single box in the house, right? So we can definitely be thankful for that. And we have decided to start our TTC process. We did this about a year ago, a little over a year ago. We tried, and we were unsuccessful, unfortunately. But listen, timing is definitely everything. I ended up moving jobs twice since then, which is not really ideal, but it happens. And at this point, I'm just kind of like, I'm ready to do this, right? I am not interested in waiting another month, another year, another 6 months, another whatever. And so we're super excited. We had our first IUI visit with the fertility center. What was it? About 2 weeks ago. And we just kind of went over, we actually changed fertility clinics. And so for those of you in the New Jersey area, we actually were at St. Barnabas IRMS, and that's where we originally did our cycles at last year. This year, we're going to actually start with the University Reproductive Associates Center. Now, they're based in Hashbrook Heights, New Jersey, but they have an office in Hoboken, New Jersey. So we've gone there. And we just like the feel of the people a lot better, right? You walk in the door and everyone's just so happy, and like I wish I was that happy every day. But they just put a big smile on your face because they're all so chipper. And also they're a little bit more flexible with the approach that we wanted to take with our cycle. And in our first session, like I said, about 2 weeks ago, we had discussed, timing and all that good stuff. They did some initial blood work just to kind of make sure that everything was up to speed. And based on that, our doctor had said, well, you're kind of close to a cycle coming up, which I am. And she's like, it may be appropriate for us to start this in October to give us time to get everything done, get all your paperwork from the old place, so that you can be, kind of on your way. So I was like, okay, October sounds good. I was like doing the math at work. I was like, yeah, by the time, if we do October, I'll be at work by like a year and a half by the time this all happens. If it happened on the first try, you have no idea. But you want to plan accordingly even if it does happen the first time, right? So it turns out that I got everything in literally probably within about 2 to 3 days. And we had a follow-up appointment today, which was technically a go meeting, which has it actually sounds like terminology I use at work, a go, no go. If any of you guys are project managers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have a go, no go call and you discuss, anything and everything that could potentially be a pitfall. And we got the go, and I told, luckily I had about 5 minutes before we went in there because I was getting everything done quickly because my wife Margaret is actually going to DR in about 2 weeks for about 5 days. And I was like, what if I could do this before she got back and kind of have it be a surprise? Because we had talked about that before. I was like, would you want to be there the whole time? You know what the process is like now. She would just absolutely love it to be a surprise. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do it at all, this is the best time to try it. to see if we can even, squeeze it in. So we had this meeting, and like my doctor's all being a little sneaky with her terms, because I had told her before we went in there, I said, I know we're ready for September, but do not use the word September. Just say we're going to go with October at the earliest. And she was totally on board, so excited. And, she just kind of looked at me and she's like, oh, that sounds so great. I really hope it works out. And I was like, yeah, me too. Otherwise, I just kind of went through this by myself for nothing. But I think it's going to be amazing. My doctor she's just phenomenal. I mean, she just kind of breaks everything down exactly how I want it to be. Now, so this is why I'm coming to you guys, because this is my big secret that I can't tell anybody. And I don't want to tell anyone because I want her to be the only person to know at the end of the day, if it actually happens. So I could be coming back kind of solo for a while, until this gets all ironed out and we go through this cycle and we find out if it works. So I'll keep you guys posted. Quick other thing. So in the past, we've done IUIs naturally, so no meds or anything like that. And we actually did an at-home insemination too. And again, no meds with that one either. But this time around, we're actually going to use meds. So we're going to use Clomid, and Overdrill, which is, I think, the trigger shot. I think that's what that's called, Overdrill. A little bit of a different approach, but I thought that, any other assistance to just kind of make sure that we catch the window at the right time would be really helpful. And my doctor was totally on board with that. She was like, we'll just start you off with a low dose and we'll just go from there and we'll see what happens. So Margaret is just like ecstatic. I mean, we have a 7-year-old already. If you guys have been watching us before, we do have a 7-year-old daughter. And she's always asking, so when am I going to get a sister or brother? And, we're just like, one day, things just don't always work out exactly how you want them to. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm wiping my nose a lot. I have some weird allergy that's happening since I've gotten in my house. I don't know if it's the dust, which means it's time to clean. I don't even like cleaning. But yeah, so that's where we are. I will listen. So like I said, this was our go, no-go meeting that we had, and we got the go, of course. And right now I'm just waiting for my meds to come in the mail, and hopefully sometime next week we'll be starting this process all up again. But again, we're going to keep it quiet because I really don't want Margaret to know. And by the way, she is not that enthusiastic sometimes about doing YouTube, but she knows I am, so she's going to do it for me anyway. And also because I want to document our journey. Right? So, I want to be able to look back on this and be like, this is what we had to go through to get to this point. And, it's just, it's a whirlwind at the end of the day, right? It's kind of like my little journal. I go back and I'm like, look, baby, this is what we went through. But yeah, so that's it for now. And I'm sure I'll need to vent really soon when I'm kind of thinking to myself, what do I do next? Or I just need somebody to talk to. So stay tuned. All right. Bye.